Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.
Okay. So let's continue this. So let's continue today, and today is the second part on how to sell from the stage. So I will go into a deeper views of few aspects of it, and this should get you more into the other lecture.
Good.
So last time, just to give a quick review, last time we started with a structure. This structure, it persuades individuals to take action at the end. It's not the only structure, but this is my favorite structure, and this is where we practice with so many different areas of offers, and all of them showed not incredible increase, like last time from 1 to 2 to 6, it's 600 times. So if somebody will be on the road for 3 years or 2.5 years, and every time she's doing the presentation, she usually sell 1 to 2 by the end of the following week, and she sells 6 or more before the end of her presentation. This is 6 times growth on the business, and she just did not apply all components. There is another fellow who's becoming late today. He used to have from 8 to 10% of the room. When he applies these techniques, he went up to 57-60% of the room. So if you have the right audience in front of you, you need the right message. And this sequence is supposed to be the right message. It's not the only sequence, and as we know, when you apply the sequence based on how many times you do it and how much do you comprehend out of it. Do you know what I mean, comprehend?
Yeah, understand.
Understand and apply.
Yeah.
So the more you comprehend in this area, and the different level of comprehensions, two individuals be giving the same presentation sitting next to each other, they will end up having slightly different presentations. So if you have different mentors or you have different people who come and say, this is not really what you should do, listen to them and bounce back why we do these ideas, because I explain usually why. And if the reasoning for a different model makes sense to you, do what your heart and gut will push you to do, okay? I'm not here to force you to go through this sequence. However, I found this as the rule, and rule number 1 of the rules is what? Know the rule and break it. So this is one of the rules, that's right. So we start with hook, info, nuggets, and then title, and then a name with a personal story. Today we should cover how we approach the challenges and how we can provide an offer. These are the most important part of the presentation, because this is where how you persuade somebody to follow you. If you understand correctly, the top part of this presentation, it's about, so the top part till here, till your name, is about who? It's about the presenter. The bottom part is about who? It's about the audience. So I, as a presenter, I will give you a hook to capture your interest. I will show you how much information I do know about the market. I will give you the title of what I will explain, and then I give you my personal story. I will talk here about stories of people coming through my programs. That's right. And if I speak about the stories here, this is what we call it seeding the offer. It's implicit way of providing information that I do have a professional program. I am not here for fun. Then I will conclude with my personal story. On the other part, I will describe the agenda. of the talk of today, I will talk about the challenges, and then I will give an offer to the audience. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it in this way?
Mm-hmm.
So many of you will come and say, info nuggets, can it be a statement or it can be question? Does it make a difference? It's your style. I would rather come with a statement or a proposition. Somebody will come with a question, like, do you make the money you need? Then after the question, you need to provide an answer and a story. Because remember, if you question, a heart-driven or heart-first individuals will feel overwhelmed. They will feel puzzled. Okay? They will feel interrogated. So, so which part you want to start with, the challenges or the offer?
Let's start with the challenges.
We will do both. So we will do both. We will do challenges and we will do the offer. Okay? So if you have the workbook from last time, and if you go to section 7, you should be able to follow up.
You have a workbook for me?
Rihanna wasn't here, so
Yeah, I have the. I have. Yeah, I'll bring it. I think. Or if you have the, it's the same as the last one. Okay, so let me go bring one more copy.
we'll look at that later.
Yeah.
It's a lady I met in Kaylee. Do you know about Kaylee, just south of High River?
Yeah.
She put that together for me. She took my old format, just a very basic Word document, and she sort of dressed it up so it has more oomph.
Uh-huh.
And I thought she did a very good job. I have that on the website anyway.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I had somebody work my website this week.
Did you?
Oh man, he did like this guy is super good.
Good.
Yeah, friend of mine.
Nice.
And he's offered to do it for free until I start making money.
Awesome. Yeah.
The universe connects the dots.
Yes.
Thank you.
What do you do, Michaela?
I am a mentor of men and women who have fallen into disconnect from themselves.
The who?
Who have fallen into disconnect from themselves.
Okay.
Yes. And you are a
Psyche instructor. Yeah.
instructor. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so if you go to page number 7, and we start at section 7.9. So if I look at the challenges, what are the challenges? The challenges is supposed to be the barriers or difficulties for people to do what?
To overcome their own, to be happy.
To be happy, that's right. So the challenges is for somebody coming from sad phase to a happy phase, that's right. And the way to come to that phase to a happy phase will be what? Will be your transformational program. No matter it's a pen to paper, it's psyche, it's a change management, whatever it is, it will come into the details of what I share here. But these are the challenges. So for me to be a happy face, what do I need to do?
You need to join my program.
You join your program. So the challenges will be what?
What their pain points.
The challenges is my
Oh,
challenges
just
to
to
join
bridge
your
to-
program.
right.
That's it. Is my challenges to join your
You're
program.
talking about my challenge, not their challenge.
No, there are challenges to join your program.
Oh, that
The
is
audience,
challenge. Okay.
the audience challenges to join your program. This is the naked truth about it.
The
this is
naked truth about them, is that what you said?
Yeah, this is the naked truth about these challenges. People don't accept it, by the way. People come and say, no, I'm not here to sell them. I'm not here to do whatever, okay? The challenges are to be a happy face. If you understand the concept correctly and you review the concept, we talk about it in how we can structure our messages. We talked before that people are positive emotion, negative emotion. People will come here, you will tell them what are their problems, and you reframe the pain points here to what you can offer. Then you will tell them how these problems impact their business, impact themselves, and then what is the solutions, and here is your best solutions. This is the challenger sales model. So the reframing of not being happy is what?
The reframing of not
Being happy face. What you are missing to be a happy face is what my program will offer you.
Okay.
So when I reframe your pain point to a solutions I can provide, it must be reframed around what I can offer you. Many of us will do the following. Many of us will go in and say, oh, you know what? I will, you can go to these guys and they do this, you have quotation from here, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that. And all what you do here is you give them a defocus from what's the problem. So for somebody to find their self-esteem or to boost their self-esteem, one of the problems to find your self-esteem is writing a journal. So if you write your journals, what will happen? You should gain your self-esteem up. Is this the only problem for negative self-esteem or loss of personal worth or not having self-esteem? Is this the only way to solve this problem?
It is not the only way.
It is not the only way. So why do I join you if you are not the only way? You understand this question?
Mm-hmm.
So is increasing productivity has to be done through change management attitude towards the employees? Not necessarily, because I can subcontract the whole thing to somebody have different problems, or I can expand and increase it. There are alternative way to increase productivity.
In the end, it's all about personal growth.
If it's all about personal growth, is this the only way to do personal growth?
No.
No. So you have to understand this in deep inside you. Many of us will shine because we have our own ego driving that we are the best. Sometimes I stand and say, okay, so how come nobody's coming to me, Yeah, nobody's coming to me because nobody knows what the value I can provide. That's it. So it's very important for you when you talk about your programs to make the reframing toward what?
My program.
Toward your programs. And sometimes you may want to talk about the other individuals or the other programs who are not as good as yours. The question, is your program for everybody?
No.
Will it work for everybody?
No.
You see? So if it will not work for everybody, you are here to source individuals who will feel and make a decision before the end of the presentation they want to try and practice your program. This makes sense?
It does.
So in academic setting, people usually will talk about the alternative techniques and then they will talk about their own technique. In persuasive approach for sales, our technique is the only technique. And we use the examples, we use the testimonials, we use stories to highlight the problem of the other techniques, methodology, or methods. We use, I repeat myself again,
Thank you.
we use the stories, testimonials, intelligently to highlight the problems of the other solutions, techniques, or process. For example, I can stand here and talk about self-worth and find your purpose. And I can stand and say, Deborah, one of my good friends, and he ended up being one of my customers, want to self-growth, and she was trying to define her purpose in life. She went in a different places. She tried different techniques. She went to Tony Robbins. She went to find yourself techniques. She went to XYZ techniques, and she worked on them for like 2-3 years, and she kept herself in the same location, more frustrated. She couldn't do what to do. When I get her into one of Psych K, for example, or one of the energy healing, or one of the Psych K, or one of the pen to paper, whatever technique I'm doing, she resisted at the very beginning, like everybody. When I even offered her the system, I said, can you try it and pay me later? She came in, she tried it, and she paid me good money because she found her purpose. This is an example of how to use a story to boil down or defeat an alternative offer. In change management, this is very important, because in change management believes they can do it themselves. So it's very important when you stand and say, one of the companies I work with, or one of the groups I work with, they thought they will do it themselves. However, management is always busy. It is always in the box. They cannot find solutions outside of the box. They need more. The message coming from outside is more credible from inside. People will listen to it. The fact is, you sit around the table and you dedicate this particular time to listen to new information. It helps your mind to accept new information. And XYZ companies, when I work with, they had this mentality. I convinced them to join my program. I came in, I presented, and here is the outcome. So you should use your testimonials, your stories within this contest. So it's not just a story of somebody, it's a story to drive competitor away, alternative modality or technique away, or to overcome objections.
And it's not necessarily knocking the other competition down.
No, you
It's
never
not
sound.
about that.
Yeah.
You cannot do that.
You must not be sound that you are knocking the competitor down.
Right.
Okay.
That's a bad thing to do.
Yeah,
because
but
you don't get anywhere with that.
But the naked truth is, this is the objectives.
yeah.
Okay, but we do it mostly because we have to be real of what are the objectives behind the message.
Yeah.
That's right, because I'm giving you this knowledge, and what I say, I'm sharing the knowledge, and here, you know what? You go around, and if you want to shop for different alternative technique, go shop for it. But measure any new technique you use with this kind of concepts. If it matches these concepts, consider doing it. If it does not match, like someone will come and say, I'm coming and I can play the violin or whatever it is, and then I will entertain them. If it does not have a spot to persuade individuals to buy and join, you don't do it. Sometimes we come and say, oh yeah, let's just do the example here. Let's just bring the paper here. Let's just do this example. Why you do the sample? Why you let them practice? If it does not fit what I will talk about, you will not get the job done. That's it. You are the only one to blame if you don't converge to your program. You are the only one to blame if you don't have enough people in your program. You are the only one to blame, not anybody else. So be cautious when you stand and have the people here. So when we talk about this section here, so when we talk about the section, we talked about what, why, and the challenges. That's right. We talked about what you offer. So here is the agenda: is what, why, and the top challenges. That's right. So I'm focusing only on the challenges for now. Okay. Now, out of strong practice, it's recommended to start the numbering 1 to 3 or 3 to 1.
3 to 1.
3 to 1. It's a very important. That's when you count reverse order.
Only in the challenges?
Everywhere.
Or in the nuggets?
Everywhere.
Oh, did we do that in the nuggets?
We do this everywhere.
Okay,
Why we do it?
so they know when the end point is.
Yeah, so if somebody is bored, what will happen?
Well,
They will just, we call it, they will drip themselves in a cup of lemon, in a cup of lemonade and accept you, that's right? So when we talk about the challenges, we talk about them in reverse chronological order. Reverse chronological order. I can immediately recognize somebody who understands the business when they start to say 1, 2, 3, 4. If somebody say 1, 2, 3, 4, they are not in the business of public speaking. To sell, they are in the business of public speaking for something else. Winston Churchill is the best public speakers ever of our era, but he did not in his life persuade people to buy from him. His presentations and his keynote was very persuasive, and people will accept his ideas and follow up, but they don't buy by the end of the presentation, which is the most important thing you want to make sure you have. So what is the top challenge? What is the top challenge for people to join your program?
the topic challenge.
The top challenge.
Oh, top challenge.
The top challenge for people.
You mean like it could be money or time or timing? Is that what you mean?
Which one of those are the?
Oh, which program they're going to join?
Which one of those are the top challenge
For them to join you.
to join you? And then we talk about number 2. We talk about number 3. We talk about number 4, 5, 6, 7. I will cover only here till 5, but there are up to 21 challenges.
You want us to list them right now?
Sorry?
You want us to talk about them right now?
We will talk about them right now, yeah. So what is the top challenge?
The tough challenge for me to join your program would be that I'm not too sure that your program's for me.
Trust.
None of those.
Oh, okay.
These are not the top. The top challenge is people themselves.
Isn't that trust?
No, it's themselves. They don't want to make decisions. They don't want to move. It's a conclusion of attitude of all the challenges.
Right. Fear.
Fear is not the top. It's one of the challenges. That's why I am saying I know up to 21 challenge. I'm only here to share 5. If you want to get more, I can help you with the other ones, but I'm not here to share all of them. But so fear, having not enough money, the program is not for me. I'm not convinced. I need more details. These are none of the none of the top challenge. The top challenge is who is themselves. Okay. What is the second top challenge for them to sign to your program right now?
You know, I have no idea where you're going, so I can throw it all kinds of things.
You need to throw. You need
Throw
you.
'em out. That's what he likes to do.
You need to throw them out.
Money, time, timing,
Timing.
relationships that I have to talk to my husband or whatever.
Okay. What is the challenge from me signing to your program before the end of your talk or at the end of your talk? What is the top challenge for me to sign up for your program? All what you said is very important to be aware of, and they will come here and they will come in a different angle right in a few minutes.
I'm
So-
going to go reaching out as a heightened emotion. Because most of them are emotional decisions, right? So you want to take them from a don't care attitude to I really need this.
Yeah, so what is the top challenge or the top barrier for somebody to sign up right now?
Knowledge.
If they don't take action on time. If you give a presentation and you are not moving out with the next step, do you agree this is the top challenge?
I'm trying to wrap my head around what you mean by that. I'm trying to put it into related to something that I think I know now. So
Don't
not really
don't
need
ra-
to-
don't do it in this way. Let's do it in a different way.
Okay.
Let's do it in this way. Let's free our mind and just follow what are the barriers or the top challenges that I will need to overcome for somebody to sign here on an offer I will provide.
Okay. So,
So
the
that-
challenges that I need to overcome, or you as
The
a
audience need to overcome.
Okay.
You as a prospects need to overcome to sign up for a program will be given after the challenges.
Okay.
Because at the end of the challenges you revise the agenda and you give them an offer. That's right?
Revise or review agenda.
Just to revise, just to repeat the agenda.
Repeat it, yeah.
Yeah, repeat
Not-
it.
Not revise, 'cause that
Repeat.
means revise means to change.
Repeat the agenda. You just have to conclude because in adult learning, it's very important to conclude to them what they learned today. In any adult learning, you must repeat the conclusion at the end. Today, this is what we learned. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So if I want to ask what is the top challenge for somebody to sign up right now, if they don't take action right now. That's right.
So that's a weakness in them that they don't take action, period, for many reasons, right?
Yes. And if I overcome the other reasons before that, this will be the only reason available.
Sorry, is you mean you the speaker or
No, the
you in the
person.
audience?
You means the audience.
Okay.
Okay.
You means
Them.
the audience.
So them.
You means audience. I means the speaker on the stage. So, do you have an example of somebody who doesn't take action and suffer from not taking action? And don't tell me insanity means doing the same thing and expect different results. And Einstein did it, okay? Because Einstein never said this quote, okay? Einstein never said insanity means doing the same thing over and over and over again.
He might have
And
repeated it.
he never said it. He never said it. Go on Google and look it up, and you will find people actually have scientific proof that he never said this particular quote.
Sorry, who didn't say it?
Einstein. Everybody saying Einstein said in the definition of insanity. He never defined it. It didn't make sense. Anyway, so do you have an example of somebody did not take action?
Yes.
So where the testimonials, all the story, it has to be said about that. So the challenges for people to take advantage of your program is they don't take actions on time. Do you have a story or testimonials of somebody who did not take actions? He stayed in their own comfort zone, and suddenly when they took an action and they joined your program, they seen it changes. So this is the kind of testimonials you needed here. By the way, we never repeat this in front of our customers. This is the template, okay? You don't repeat it. You don't say like you guys don't take action. You have to phrase it in a different way. But this is just the essence of the framework. So when people don't take actions on time, what will happen? They stay where they are. They are comfortable where they are. They keep the same losses. They keep the same attitude. And do you have a testimonial of somebody? What is the other?
A testimonial or a story would work too.
But this is later here in the program, right? This is later here.
Yeah.
So it's better to position here testimonials of people. If you lack testimonials, a story will do the job. But here is more like testimonials.
So basically, the difference between what you're calling a testimonial down below and the story up above, is it just that you're giving more details?
No, the difference is the testimonials. Somebody joined your program officially.
Yeah.
The story is about somebody who joined your program. So somebody is talking with I, not about him or her. This is the only difference. A testimonial is somebody say, I joined this program.
Yeah,
A story, I will tell you a story about someone who joined my program.
okay,
That's it.
okay,
It's just I, he or she,
right,
my, a program, or that's it.
okay.
Okay, in nutshell.
Understand.
Okay. So, what is the? Do you get this point? So the nature of at this critical pass, the nature is somebody who did not take actions on time. And when they are presented with the solutions, they don't jump on it because of their fear, because they don't want to change, because so many things. Okay? What is the third challenge of people not joining your program? What could be the third challenge of people not joining your program?
No time,
No time. What else can be?
no dollars.
No, not okay. What else? Just throw in the ideas. What are the challenges? We are not
It's
here
the
to.
right time.
I am not here to challenge you. That's right. I'm just.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just gonna keep throwing out the same things.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
They don't understand how that can help them.
They don't understand how this can help them, which means they do what?
Which means what?
Which means they do what? If they don't understand the SMILE program will help them,
They don't ask questions.
it means that they do
They're ignorant.
wrong program.
They do wrong
They
program.
have
Yes.
taken wrong programs.
They are in wrong programs. They are in wrong attitude.
They presently are in a wrong program.
Yes.
Or no program.
Or no program. No program is the wrong program.
Ah. They,
Okay.
What they're doing is not working for them.
They're doing it. It's not
They're in the
working for
wrong-
them.
Oh, they're not
and
doing anything.
Right.
not necessary, because
No.
Or they may or may not be, but
we have to agree that doing nothing, it means doing something. If you have, do you have money? No, I have no money. So it means you have a money of value 0. That's it. So no is inclusive in what we talk about here. So if you are not doing anything, or you are evaluating alternative, and they are not, or you are doing something wrong about the problem, it means they are doing the wrong thing. They are not joining your program. They have the wrong attitude towards the problem. Okay? And here you also will need a testimonial. This testimonial is about what? About alternative programs that they may join who will not work for them.
can you repeat that? please?
Alternative programs that they may join and they will not work as your program. Does this make sense?
So in the testimonial, I want to point out that there's an alternative programs.
And people switch from the alternative programs to your program.
Okay, do I have to have? Oh, yes. Okay, great. Because if they're in no program, they join my program, they are switching from the wrong program into the right program.
Yes. That's why when you come here, you have to free your mind. Give us a chance for like 6 hours.
Yeah,
1 hour and 36 hours. I can show
You
you.
mean 60 hours?
No, like we are here for 6 hours. That's right. So in 1 hour of this 6 hour, I can just show you from outside the box different perceptions of it. So
It's definitely outside the box.
okay. If you take this measure and apply it to any public speaking events coming to Calgary, you will find the one who has a higher conversion rate, they will do the same. That's it. They may change a little bit of the order, because sometimes when we get so so experienced in doing it, we don't follow the order, but these two orders has to be the same in all of them. Okay? So what is the other barrier after doing the wrong thing? They don't know what to do. So don't
That makes sense.
know what to do. And here I have to borrow an example from somebody half of the room will know about him. And you need also to make a testimonials. So the story I will share with you, it's a story which is half of the room know about it because they attend the presentation from this particular good friend of mine and good friend of them now. And this is the story of going to a vacation. Have you ever went to a vacation? And how many steps do you do for planning a vacation? So if I will take you a vacation and you jump with me in the car or in the van, and what your first question you'll ask me?
Where are we going?
So I'll say we're going to a vacation.
How long?
As long as the vacation will take. We don't accept these answers for vacations. People will need to know where they want to go. They want to plan the hotels. They want to plan. And I have a wife which used to plan every single step in Vegas because she wants to go through every single casino during the way because she wants to explore as much as she can. So she was actually doing that. We will walk in this walkway and we will cross here and we'll go here and then we'll cross here between the hotel and the mall. Which is in front of the Wayne Hotel. She was like crazy that we have to go in these ways because we have to go explore every single thing around us. Mm-hmm. This is how people can design for their vacation. You design the same for your business.
I want to waste a second.
Do you design the same for your business? If you don't design the same for your business, you have a problem. Because which one will make you surviving? The vacation or the business? Vacation are important to recover from the business, but if you are not good in business, will you be able to make money to go for a vacation? So people actually don't know how to design for their programs. They don't know how to do they don't know what the problems they are facing. So here you see, you don't know what to do about the problem. You do the wrong things. If you even know what to do about the problem, usually you join the wrong program. And if I show you the right program, you don't take action to adjust your course of actions. And the problem is you. Because you are the one who did not do any of the above. Does it make sense to you now? Does it make sense?
Yes, it's coming.
Okay. Does it make sense to you now?
So far, so good.
Okay. So what is the number 5 challenge?
Don't know what they want.
They don't know what they don't know.
Or they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing as don't know what they want.
They don't.
Know what they don't know.
So how does that differ from point number 4? It seems like you're repeating the same thing.
They don't know what to do. And this one, they don't know that there is a solution exists. Okay? So people like, I can use the pen and paper because we never really had a time to understand what's pen and paper about. So we don't know that pen and paper exists. We don't know what we don't know, that's right? You don't know that Win Your Brand has 12 steps brand mastery where this kind of material exists, that's right? Did you know about this before? You didn't know what you didn't know, that's right? So you don't know what you want is part of you don't know that this what you want actually exists. So you don't know what you don't know. You don't know that these are solutions. So if you agree you don't know what you don't know, you will open your mind now to listen to the new things I'm saying. Now, I told you what you don't know. So now you know the problem. Number 4 challenge is you don't know what to do about these problems. How to solve the problems. Even if you know how to solve the problems, you do the wrong solutions. If I show you my program which is alternative to these solutions, you are not taking an action. And the problem is you. You are the one who is standing between himself and success because he did not follow these particular steps. Make sense?
Yep.
If you don't like the steps, don't remember rule number one of the rules is what? Know the rules and break it. Position wherever you say with this logic. If you don't like it, I'm not here to convince you to do it, okay? I'm here to just to show you how the engagement can happen. You take them baby steps. So here you have to have a testimonial. So testimonials about somebody who didn't know that your program existed, and they join your program, and guess what? They had an amazing results. Okay?
You have amazing what?
Results.
Oh, results.
So you would probably lump the two testimonials together then?
Now,
No?
more testimonials, the better. Because you should give
So give me
them,
an example of a testimonial for 5 versus a testimonial for 4.
people, they don't know that there is training for being a business coach who can train you for selling from the stage, which is the reality. So people, they don't know what they don't know. They don't know that this training for selling from the stage does exist, and we are at Win Your Brand doing it, and you are a good example of that. Okay, your story is a good example of that. Okay, and people usually go to the wrong here. People, they don't know what to do, so the people will go and they challenge themselves. They believe they can present because they don't know how to present. They just go and dump information on people's mind, just trying to get them to buy, and they will never buy, and show them some examples. Sorry to use you, Michael.
No, but
She is the best example for that. She's standing in front of the stage, what she did, or not even her, like the organizer of the whole community. She stand and she will talk about I. She will share with her people her passion from her perspective. She will never say anything about what is the value of joining her program for the audience. And then guess what? The audience will not buy. When I help the other lady to switch her message, according to the testimonial I got from her last week, she was able to sell 6 individuals by the end of the day, instead of selling 1 to 2 within a week of her presentation. So she got a dramatic changes and most success by multiply her customers 6 times, because she was in the and then these people actually were in the wrong program, because usually they go to public speaking. Selling from the stage is not a public speaking exercise. Public speaking exercise is different. Selling from the stage, it's a concise messages, go with the flow to emotionally engage the audience to get results at the end by them signing up. Public speaking is standing in front of 20 people and just tell them stories and entertain them, is not selling from the stage. So many of us will go to public speaking clubs, public speaking organizations, going to coaches to be trained as a public speakers. This is the wrong program for you to sell and convert from the stage. And I have tons of testimonials on that. And when we present this, people will come and say, yeah, know what? Yeah, we are working with this particular coach, we are working with this particular trainers. Do you know any results these trainers actually allow their customers or their audience to make? Majority of these trainers are not competent to show you how to sell from the stage. And it's quite true, because you did not know all the information I was giving to you through my presentation. So if some of you will know some, it means I am in the same game with you. If you don't know any of this, this really interesting, I never heard about this before, it means what? You guys are not equipped to the right, you are not equipped with the right skills for the right business you want to do. And the biggest challenge you always face, that you say, I will not be able to sign here because you don't want you don't want to change. You basically say, I don't want to sign. I'm not the kind of individual who will jump right away. You know what? If you don't jump right away, you'll stay where you are. And I will go and train other people. I have 4 spots. Do you want to join or not? This will come to number that you don't take actions on time. Okay? Does it make sense to you?
So if I understand you correctly,
Yes, please.
if I understand you correctly, when I look at an audience or any individual, I'm automatically assuming that they have these challenges to overcome. And I will address the presentation of my seminar in such a way that I bring them the solutions that they need to overcome these 5 challenges.
Yes. In nutshell, yes. Short answer, yes. You do it aggressively or you do it implicitly, it's up to you. You do it explicitly or you do it slowly, it's up to you. I know explicit is the opposite of implicit and the aggressive is the opposite of slow, but I use it in this way to keep it in your mind. Yes, if you care about people joining your program, you need to be proactively addressing why will I take your program, and this is a way of doing it.
Making these assumptions right out front but not telling them, it's but you are actually hitting their challenges.
Yes, and the premises, I can feel your objections, which is I love always when I come to this particular point, because I got people who jump from their seats and say, we don't judge people, we have to learn what they want. Okay, your people, you don't judge them. What they want, you cannot provide it, because what they want, they will not serve their needs. If they know what they need, they will not be standing in front of you in the room anyway. They will be somewhere else making money, or making better person, or making self-worth. That's right. So these assumptions, the same.
That's what they are.
The phrasing you said, it has these objections, and I love to have these discussions. Now, will you have a value if you are taught in a presentation about somebody who doesn't know what they know, and then what will happen when they know new information? Will you be taught? You will be happy when you be taught if people don't know what to do, and how they can know what the best solutions? Will you be happy when you get informed about somebody doing the wrong steps in their life and how this can be fixed through a testimonial? Will you be happy to be taught that somebody don't take actions on time and what will happen with urgency and the importance of getting an action? Will you be enjoying it, having this information as an audience? Is this information valuable for people?
Yes.
So are we selling or we are informing them and teaching them?
You're selling
No, I'm informing them from their perspective.
from their perspective.
Yeah, because I'm sharing with you information about class of people and what will happen in their life with their own words. So I'm telling stories here to entertain them, and I'm saying, okay?
It addresses their fears, their challenges.
Yep. Yep. Now,
Now I'm curious about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What else is going to show up? Okay.
now, now, what you don't know about what you don't know. This is a good segue or a good broad proposition. So what people actually don't know about your program. They don't know how to overcome fear. Remember everything you mentioned in the beginning? You can encapsulate them here. What you don't know that you don't know about. Can you share with me something you don't know? What you don't know? So you don't know what you don't know. So
Yes.
can you share with us what you don't know about right now, so we can tell you what you don't know about it?
I cannot.
You cannot.
But I can share with you that I don't know about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so if you don't know that, what characteristics and the benefits? Remember the benefit product sheet we have? The product sheet which has benefits? Can you talk about the characteristics and the benefits people can get because of your program? Can you talk about the objections? Can you talk about anything that people don't know?
Can I talk about
Any?
I as the presenter?
Yeah, yeah.
Talk
Can I talk about anything that you guys don't know about it as a presenter?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Now, you remember when we talked about the 4 quadrant?
Yes.
So when people don't know here is a good segue to practice the 4 quadrants. So if I wanna show you a technique, pen to paper, one of the steps, I can do it here because you don't know about the transformation you can have once you apply this particular tool. Remember the example?
Yeah.
We promised not to cut the paper again into half.
Never again.
Okay? Remember this example?
Yeah.
Another way, if you want them to practice a step inside your program, doing the wrong stuff, doing the wrong program, or you don't know what to do. So I'm here to show you a step in a program that you can know what to do. Only one of those you should have the hands-on program. Because the quadrant is what? How many in the quadrant are hands-on and they want to have steps? Only one quadrant. That's right. It's only one quadrant, which is process. So these 4 must match the quadrant. Because the quadrants are 4. That's right, there are 4 quadrants, right? Money, time, relationship,
Process.
and process. So this must match the 4 quadrant. Each one of them can correlate to one quadrant, or at most 2 quadrants. So when you pick up, say I want them to practice, the practice will come here, or here, or here, not in all of them. So how many exercise you need them to experience or practice? 1. Okay? Does it make sense? Okay, if you are in a program where you can experience 1 step. So for example, if I give this on a selling from the stage presentation, I can let you form your personal story. You remember the stool with the 3 legs? So I can show this model. I tell you, like, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know that the stories are structured in a way. And one of the ways we simply structure stories, that's the stool with 3 legs. So let's now practice on your personal story. Write down 3 pain points, write down your defining moment, and write down your happy outcome. And guess what? After you're done, did you see it easy? Are you convinced other people? Are you convinced by other people's stories? They will say yes, yes, yes. So this is an illustration of an example that is very simple. It's just structure of 3 different points, and you didn't know it. Do you agree? People will say yes. Okay? I can come and say you are doing the wrong program. Can anyone share with us their personal story? And I take them through the same practice. So when you look at these 4, you should remember the 4 quadrant, and you should be able to transform them. For example, you do the wrong things. Doing the wrong program, or using your money to invest in the wrong program, which make you lose or having a lower return of investment on your money and time. And time is the most valuable thing, because if you are not wisely using your time to the right material, and this location, at that time you are not doing the right thing for your future. So I can position doing the wrong things on time or relationship or any. So you always remember the quadrant, and remember that this is R4. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Make sense, Mike? So when we pick up testimonials, here, and I always have to go to this sheet because we are basically is the same sheets, right?
So how do we know where to gear our testimonials to which quadrants? 'Cause
You design it prior to your presentation. You make a decision. Okay? For you, and you in particular, you are more relationship people, that's right? Very little hands-on people. So you wanna lead here with more relationship, and the hands-on will be towards the end. If you are more in front of people who are hands-on and process, you should lead right away with hands-on, and you should address the others. Okay? It's only one or two exercises. It's only one or two activities.
So how do they relate to the relationship?
They talk more about the, you don't know what you don't know how to fix yourself, and they do about the testimonials. They don't bring the exercise in the front or the activity in the front. Okay?
You give examples of people who have taken the program and had achieved results from it.
Yes. So
I
now,
took your program and I came out to be a better man.
okay? Does this make sense?
So what you're saying is because we're starting with, we're going from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
So when starting with 5, 4, 3, we're gearing towards relationship quadrant.
Yes.
And then our exercise would happen in
Two
the 2
or three. Two or
2
three.
and 3. Okay,
Okay?
right.
Which means,
Why is that?
because if you lose them with a process at the beginning, remember,
Oh,
if you lose them with process,
Okay.
your presentation is tossed, is
Right.
gone.
Okay.
Now, who makes this decision? Remember, I told you that we should go on the road after we finish the 5 levels of the presentation. We should go on the road for 6 weeks, for 6 times. What are we testing the 6 times? We are not going and recite the same presentation. You go and present 6 times with these techniques and see which one you will feel yourself first. Which one I can talk from my heart, not from papers and notes. And which one it will engage better audience.
Are you talking about the stories and testimonials?
Yeah, the story, the testimonials, when you are saying it them, what's the best structure.
Okay.
So after we finish the 5 levels of presentation, we should go for 6 times or 6 weeks and measure how you can do it. Okay, after you feel your practice, because I know many of you would like to practice. If you are convinced of practicing, once you finish your practice, you feel you're ready, you should go for 6 times. And every time you get rejections, you don't care, don't mind, just move on, just keep doing it and see where are the areas of better enhancement, where are the areas where you can change it. So
Because the objections will relate to anything from 1 to 5.
the objections can relate to anything from 1 to 5. Now, number 6, if you are curious about the previous, I can just share with you number 6, for example. Number 6 is you don't surround yourself with experts. And who is the expert? The speaker on the stage. That's right. So if you don't surround yourself with experts, what does it mean? Because I'm not part of your circle. You are not part of my program. I don't have direct connections with you.
You will stay unhappy.
You know? So that's why when we talk about expert, you cannot come at the very beginning and say, oh yeah, guys, this is my third time to do the presentation. I don't know if this you like it or not. This is stuff you are not an expert. You are a hobbyist. And I'm not here to waste my time with hobbyists. Because when I go to the meeting, I must walk away with value. Okay?
Now, this is not about the audience anymore now. That's about you.
You as audience don't surround yourself with experts. You don't have the experts in the areas of your pain points.
Are you talking about the audience? Do not surround themselves with experts?
Yes. The audience don't surround themselves with the expert. If you are surrounded by authors and writers, will you be an author of a book or not? Most likely. If you surround yourself with millionaires, what will happen to you? Most likely you'll be a millionaire, that's right? If you surround yourself with expert in management, business management, most likely your company will be a successful company. So when the companies don't surround themselves with the right experts to solve their problems, you are not part of mastermind. You are not part of business groups.
So you're relating this to the audience.
Yeah, the audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
You totally got me on it.
Yeah, that's,
You made it sound like you don't want to be on a speaker stage if there's other trainers there, because then it might diminish your authority.
No. What I'm said is, you are the expert in the room.
Okay.
And the number 6 barrier is the audience are not surrounding themselves with experts. They are not they don't have in their circle experts they can talk to about their problem. Okay? So many business owners don't surround themselves with other business owners. And this will cause a problem, because if your problems are not the only problems. Your problems existed before, and the experts were able to provide a solution for it. So if you don't know what you don't know, because most likely you don't surround yourself with people. So if I'm not part of network if I'm not part of the holistic earth, I wouldn't know how to solve the problem of holistic practitioners. That's right. Now, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know how to push the business, the holistic business. Even when I know how to push the holistic business, I don't know what to do. So I don't know that I should be in the directory of at least 1 or 2 holistic organizations. Keep it 1 so the end doesn't feel bad, okay? And if I don't know about how to be in, I'm in the wrong area, I'm in the yellow pages, I'm on Yelp, I'm not in the holistic categories, I'm doing the wrong things. That's right? And when I'm in the wrong things, and I'm now offered to be part of a directory, and I denied, you know what will happen? The directory will go out next week, and they are not there. You have to wait for another year. Do you see how this logic works? Are you now convinced are you now considering the opportunity of signing for the directory? Yes or no? Okay.
in other words, would I be correct to say that people who surround themselves with experts will not be part of your audience? So the people who
Because
are
there will be somewhere making money. Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. So okay.
Okay. Or you can also say, extend whatever you said and say, I am one of its own type of expert, that they don't surround with people like my type. So I believe now all of you agree that whatever we discuss here is different than any other business coaching programs. So if you go to another business coaching program and they offer you the same skill sets, the same education, is great. So you are surrounding yourself with experts, but not in the right area of expertise, which will push your program as a program of speaking, selling from the stage, running workshops, training, and. So you can position it as wherever you like. These are the framework. Okay? And we can go till 21. We nail it down because I have a new book coming which will talk about this 21 in total. So we can go in 21, but usually we will talk about the top 5 or the top 3. Now, when you talk about the top 3, what you will do? You will basically amalgamate each 2 together. That's right? You can amalgamate these 2. You can augment or amalgamate 2 together. So you can have now 1, 2, and 3. Does it make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Do we need any questions?
Yeah, I do. So what, do you need to have an exercise in there? That's what I'm understanding.
Okay. To answer this, let's just go back to the quadrant. So on the quadrant, we know that people look at dollars, people look at time, people look at relationship, and people look at process over information. That's right?
Mm-hmm.
So you should target the language and the activity toward all of them. So if I have a checklist, the checklist will help who? The blue guys, that's right. If I have a process, if I have an example will help process guys. So if I have them to practice an activity or to receive an information, you should be able to give it only for the process people. So you should, in your 4 here, 5 to 2, you should target all these areas. So it will be too much if you want to target in each one of them the 4 quadrant. So you may want to make a decision. You know what? Number 5, I will target 1 quadrant. Number 4, I will target the next, the third, the fourth. Okay? When you are in front of management, top management, remember, CEOs are interested in time and dollars. They don't care about the process. So if they are CEOs only in the meeting room, will you give them an exercise? Questionable. That's right. And I will lean to not. That's right.
Because they come there with their own expertise, and they're
And-
looking to improve that.
They are looking for dollars and money.
Yeah.
They don't care about how the process works.
Yeah.
So if I have CEOs only in a meeting, I have to show that all my steps are relevant to dollars and time. If I have all of them are relationship, no background in bookkeeping or accounting or any administrative work. Don't ask me what they may be like, not even nutritionists, like they maybe all of them are like energy healers, psyche, whatever. They will feel overwhelmed if you give them a tool. That's right. So will you give it to them or not? If I have all of them in the room accountants, if all of them in the room are 10 years plus accountants, I will doubt it to give them relationship solutions or dollar solutions. Because accountant most likely will look for the process. So you will find the presentation will be heavier on steps. They have to experience more than one step. You understand now how you can shift it?
So if I do an exercise with muscle testing, just to have them experience the energy of negative and positive beliefs.
Yes.
So where would I put that in, and how do I?
So if you will start with the relationship people, so you start more with the relation discussions, and then maybe at number 3 you can give them the test. If you start first with the test, you are losing the one who doesn't like relationship. He doesn't like process.
But also, because they have to do it together, that also create a little bit of a relationship, or no?
You got the point. Yeah. If they do it together, it creates a little bit of relationship. But you got the point.
Yeah.
If you come at the beginning, like, if I walk in and say, the challenge number 1 is you don't know what to don't do, yeah, stand up guys, I will show you an example of how you can do things differently. People will say, why?
Yeah.
They need first to know the why. So I can consume the time of sharing the why in 4 and 5, and then the how in number 3. You need them to settle here because they want to be ready to listen to the you. So most likely 3 or 4 where you will put your steps or your hands-on exercise. Okay? Does it make sense?
I like it.
Does it make sense, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's number 7?
I wouldn't share them. I just say I can go. I can go to the 21 because I have my own memoir of the areas where I remember in my head, so I can do it. But I don't wanna. You basically will not give more than, like, if it's 1 day full it's a full 1 day selling. You can exercise from like more than 5, but within 20 minutes you need 3. Within 90 minutes 5 is too much. Okay. Any questions?
So if you call 3 to 1, if you call 3 how?
How means an exercise.
Yeah.
You give them an example.
Okay. But if you only do 1, 2, 3, where's the why?
It will be number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because when you do 1 to 3, you will merge 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 together, right?
Yeah. And
So you are doing 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5.
Uh-huh. So if you do 3, 2, 1, it's how, why, who.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you do 5, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
It will be what,
what?
Yeah.
And 4?
why, and then how will be number 3. You get the? Did you get this particular part?
No.
Did you get this part? You get the sequence?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to do 3 steps, because you don't have time to do 5 challenges, so basically you will merge these 2 together,
Yeah.
and you will merge these 2 together.
That's in like a 20-minute, 20 to 90.
10 to 20 minutes presentation,
10 to 20 minutes.
because I cannot talk about 5 challenges in 10 minutes, in 20 minutes, right?
Right, right.
So you talk about the top 3 challenges. So you will mix these 2 together, and you will mix these 2 together. So where is the exercise will be? The exercise will be here. That's right.
And but you said before something about in a 90-minute presentation,
You
5
can-
would be too much too?
You can do 5 in 90 minutes.
Okay.
Somebody will come and say, I can do 3 and talk, and they give more than 1 testimonials. Because you can stretch it in a different ways, right? You can stretch it per line, or you can stretch it horizontally or vertically. So if I want to stretch my talk horizontally, what I will do? I will add more testimonials.
Sorry, I misunderstood what she was talking about. Who, what, when, how.
This is the who, what, when, how. This is what she mentioned.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then in the number, but you were looking at the assigning the who to like, or
Like
the
is,
what is number 5.
is who 5 and 4?
They don't know what they don't know.
Yeah, what is number 4? Forget about the what and the who, okay? This is a different
Forget
conversation.
about that? Okay.
Forget about the what and the who. Don't confuse yourself.
Okay.
Too late.
Yeah.
No, it's just
I'm trying to keep track
what
of
I'm
all
trying
that
to
stuff.
say here
Okay.
is the metaphor of this information can be endless number of metaphors. We can say countless number of metaphors. What you need to remember is one metaphor and apply it. That's it. So if you understand the quadrant, just follow the quadrant. Lead with the relationship. If you are in front of CEOs, you lead with the dollars and time. If you are in front of a healer, feeler, you lead with the relationship and then the process. If you are in front of accountant, bookkeeper, business people, they are process and time. So if I'm showing to small business owners, they care about the process. That's right. So I want to show them the process is simple, and I lead them to time. Okay? If you if you decided in your brain or in your mind that I will do one quadrant, dominant quadrant per item, you will be able to understand how you can design it for your talk. So if you are going to business owners, usually business owners are here. You're going to CEOs, CEOs are here. Vice presidents, they are here, like business owners. Doing from the heart, business from the heart are here. That's right. You lead from here, you move to here, you move to here, you move to here. Okay? Does it make sense? Language will differ, and testimonials can be different based on different segments. Okay? Make sense? Make sense? Okay. So this should cover 7.10, 11, and 12 in this particular presentation. Now, the next step I want to talk about is the offer. Okay. So if I want to describe,
Just take 2 seconds to grab some water.
sure. So if I want to describe the offer, The offer is on section 11. And let's talk about the offer and then go back and ask you to do an exercise for the challenges. Okay? But I wanna make sure you understand the principle of the offer, because what I will share is a little bit different than what majority of people will do. So what is your offer?
I don't have an offer.
What do you mean you don't have an offer?
I don't have an offer yet. My program is my only offer. I have not created something
So what is the
step them
title?
to the big.
What is the title of your offer?
Is that the same as the title of your program?
Not necessarily, but what is the offer? It must not be the same as the program. Because remember, this is our presentation here. This presentation lead to something else. So we are talking about the presentation here.
So the offer is really talking about the possible results?
No, what is the title of your offer? Your offer is workshop, that's right?
Oh,
So your offer here, the title of your offer here is a workshop. That's right?
okay.
Would you call this like a toe dipper? So this isn't the main thing. This isn't the
This is the next step.
signature thing or whatever.
This is the
The
next step.
signature course. This is like just a little taste of what you do before you get to like joining in the 3, 6, 9 month program.
Yeah.
This is like.
It's based on how you funnel it. This is based on how you funnel it. Like I
Right.
funnel, this is the 90 minutes presentation. Or the 20 to 90 minute presentation is here. What is the next step for you? Is it the 1 day workshop? Is it 3 days workshop? Is it a 3 months program? Or is it the 1 hour
Clarity call or discovery call.
clarity
Right.
call or 1 hour discovery?
Right.
So what is the offer? So what is your next offer?
That's what it is now, but it doesn't feel like enough to me because it's like that's available for anyone.
With all due respect to you, we
Yes.
don't care is enough to you or not. What we care about, if you stand on the stage, will people come to it or not?
Okay.
That's right. With all due respect to you,
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. Okay, it doesn't make any. We are here to sell what people are willing to buy, not what we like. Believe me, I don't like to be here. I would rather being somewhere else. That's right. And each one of us doesn't like to be here. We would rather being somewhere else. Which an indication that we don't like what are we selling. We sell what people like to buy. You have to switch your mind in this. And my position is to give them information enough to like what I'm offering. So what is the title of your offer? I am here to offer you what? Can you continue? So I'm here to offer or to join. If you don't like to sell, what? Can you continue the dots? So what's your offer now?
It would be a clarity call.
Okay?
Okay.
What will be your offer, Maya?
A Psyche workshop.
The Psyche workshop. Is her offer right or wrong? We don't know. When she stands and sells the Psyche workshop, and people come or don't come, we can make a decision. So you must have a title for your offer. Okay? So what are you here to offer? It can be a workshop, it can be 1 hour clarity discovery session, it can be to join whatever you want to offer. It must have a value. It's must. So what is the value of what you offer? What is the value of what you offer?
150.
This is what people pay, or this is the value you're getting from?
It's the value.
Is the value 150? So how much do they pay you?
So it would be a value of time. How do you value it?
It's a
I'm
different
confused
discussion.
I know.
It's different. We will have it right now, but it's different discussion.
So are we talking about what's going to make them happy? Are we looking at their happy face? Like the value of it in they're going to get clarity. They're going to actually get. Are you talking about those points?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Value means what people can achieve, not what people can pay. Cost and investment is what people pay. So what is the value of your workshop? What is the value of your 1 hour clarity session? You know, if I'm running accounting and bookkeeping and business side, I say the value of this particular discovery session is how much is your business is. If your business worth $1 million, the value for it will be more than $1 million, because I can show you how you can turn your business to be successful, not to shut it down in the next month. I did this for people as well. I had one-on-one customers where when we sat in the room, said, you know what, I will give you 3 hours, and they said, how much you will pay me? I'll pay for the 3 hours. I said, I'm not asking for money now, but you have to understand the value of my 3 hours to you is a $2.5 million your business right now, because I can show you how you can get out of out of the red, and I show you how you can shift it in 3 months by implementing very few things. Could not believe it. They came in and they now bugging me more because they realize when somebody coming out of the box, what the impact can be. Now, will I position myself for 5 years consultation contract? No. I'm just 6 months to a year maximum, because I'm coming out of the box, and the minute I will be in the box, will I have different visualizations than them if I'm in the box with them? No. Okay, so there are reasons for you to be in a programs of a year to 2 only maximum, 6 months to a year maximum, because after some time, if I am with you in the box, I will have the same, and you'll have the same mentality as me, so no changes will happen. Anyway, so when you stand and say my basic offer, or I am here to offer, which you should fill in 11.1, you should write down the name of the offer. So I am here to offer you, what are you offering? Is it a workshop? This is page 15. Is it workshop? Is it a clarity session? It has to be one. And remember, it has to be one. So you don't send and say, I'm offering you a clarity call or a strategy session or a discovery session, and I'm also offering a workshop and one-on-one, and you don't do that. You don't do that. Remember, these people are ignorant. They know you are the expert. You help them overcoming the challenges, and now they need to switch to go to join you. Join you for how many offers? One, and the only one. I don't stand and say, oh, I'm here doing life coaching and I will help you find your best words. Best words? Huh? Your best self, okay? And at the same time, I am doing Reiki Master, I'm doing massage therapy, and I can help tutoring your kids in mathematics and science as well, okay? You don't do that, okay? You are expert in one. You take them to the next step. So it's up to you to decide, out of this 20 minutes presentation, seminar, webinar, whatever you call it, what is the next one? And here we talk about what is the best recommendation. So what you may want to consider is how much people can pay you money. So if they come here for $20 or $50, how much will be the next step? How much?
I have no idea.
Let's guess at 10 times.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I attend this. He has the mind, the business mind. It's always roughly time 10 times.
See, I was paying attention.
Will it work if it's 100 times?
Too much.
It can work, but not for our business. Okay? Will it work that you go to a free event and then they sign you up for $10,000 program? The numbers of people who will sign up for that from $0 to $10,000 are much, much smaller than if they have an intermediate step for $100 or $500. That's right.
Well, then peak potentials would be the anomaly because that's exactly what they do.
And how many people will sign up from the room?
Enough for them.
Enough for them, but how many percentage wise? About 7 to 15% maximum. So if we have 100 people in the room, 7 to 10 will sign up
If going from 0
to $5,000 or $10,000. Even in Cullen, you to go from 0 to there's about $6,000 or $7,000 right now a year. You will find that the people who are signing up are about 20 people in 200 or 20 people in like 150, but 20 people average. Not more than that.
No, when I went, it was even less.
Even less.
Yeah, I think about
So-
10 of, and there was
10 of the elite.
yeah, to about from about 180 people.
So 110 from 180 people. So the question is, what is you feel it works for you? So there is no magic number. Remember, we have 6 weeks to practice and to exercise. What are we learning in the 6 weeks? Collecting feedback on this information. I'm not here having a magic wand to tell you which one is your program. I'm here to present some assumptions, having a very healthy, informative discussion around the table for you to figure it out. Number 2, what are the media of delivery? If it's online software I'm selling or online courses, how much people will pay for an online course? How much usually?
Online course?
Yeah.
Probably about $297.
Okay, so in the hundreds. So if I'm getting you from $20 times 10, it will be 200. That's right. Okay, so there are so many considerations to it, but time 10 is a good starting point. The hardest part will be this: if they are coming for free, what will happen? 0 time 10 equal,
Free. 0.
and 0 times 1,000 equal.
0.
So I don't know.
Right.
Okay. So
So that's where Colin positions himself for by the value of this, but you're coming as a guest. So you don't pay anything for his 2-hour seminar or his 3-day mastery, but the value is defined as $1,700 or something.
Yeah. So when we go to areas where we have 0 entrance fees, most likely you may want to give the second offer for or minimal entry. So when I stand in the next event I'm standing in, it's $197 for people to join. I'm selling a program for $2,000 because the audience are signing for these programs and they already paid $200 to get in the program, and they only have 20 minutes. In the next one, it's a $59 for people to sign up. My program around there will be around $497 or $397, like 8 times 8. Okay? So your program has to be valued where people value you. And that's why it's very important for you to join stages of people who are coming to buy. Like if you go to Get Motivated will charge $20 and they will refund you back the money. Some of these people will charge you entry fees and they refund it to make you feel it's like $20. Have you been in this program before when you pay entry fees and they refund it to you, or they pay you pay entry fees but they don't charge it if you don't they charge it only if you don't show up? Have you been in these programs?
That's very cool though.
Okay. So the title of your offer, of the next offer, and I hope everybody is feeling comfort with this product line, because we discussed it before, that's right? We had this product line, what's our offer, that's right? So the next offer will be a workshop. Now, what is the value? I want you to think about the value in a very good way, because we will
We're
go...
talking monetary value.
You must have a monetary value. You must have a monetary value. So you must be able to articulate how much value in terms of dollars I will achieve when I get to your program. Remember the example, have you been here when I had the example of being in a school for 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have a value which is outrageous, you must be able to justify it. So
Value of education.
Right.
so the value of education. So if you spend 4 years in school, you spend between $250,000 to $1 million, and you make $50,000 a year. So if I'm show you a program which can help you to make between $50,000 to $100,000 a year, what's the value of that? Now the value will be in millions. So I'm not putting millions on it. I'm putting $100,000 on it. Now, do you agree that this is less value? People will say yes.
Are you talking about the resulting value of having taken the workshop, or
Yep. Yep.
the resulting value of having taken
The happy face. What is the value of the happy face? In particular, what you offer, what is the value for your customers? I can
That's what this value is here.
Yes, and I can compute the value in different ways. One way to compute the value is the value of the losses. How much will cost them, or how much pain they have right now? What are the loss they suffer from right now? If somebody will suicide, it's priceless. Because if somebody will die, we cannot return them back. That's it. However, the Canadian government will put $22,000, I believe, on each one of us as a life. If it's a business losing money, or the business will go bankruptcy, the value of my offer to you is exactly and exceed what your current business value is. So if you are a $10 million operation and you cannot perform, you go bankruptcy, and I'm showing you in a workshop how to solve that and to continue being in business, what value I'm offering to you? 10 million plus all the profit you will make after that. It has to be convincing. You don't come and say it's $15,000, it's 20. And because of that, some forms I have for my workshops will have different values, because if I stand on the stage and explain a value, people will see it on the form. So when people sometimes sign up and they don't have the proper form, I have to blank the values. Because when they see $14,900, they will not understand. Why? Why 14,900? Why is not 10,000? Why is not 5,000? So you have to consider what is the value of your program. If you have ideas or you want to run them, we can do it afterward, because there are so many considerations. So one of the consideration for the value, how much they leave on the table by not joining your program, what's the current losses, and you can compute it, because you can tell in your particular situation, Claude, you say how many days they will deliver before time, and how much will cost them per day, how many accidents they can save, how much dollars can they make as a bonus if they finish before time or on time.
So you cannot come up with a value to them unless you ask those questions.
You don't ask the questions. Before you step in there, you must know this information. And this part of knowing your customers. In particular case, because your case is particular, because your audience is different than this other people's audience. Because your audience are the specific targets, specific companies. So I should be able to know what is the rate of WCB reporting from this company from the WCB website. I should be able to know what kind of contract this company has from the Alberta purchasing website. You know, the Alberta purchasing website where they have, or Merck's website when they show what are the bids have been offered for construction companies. I should be able to ask this question up front so I can build them in my value. That's why if I stand in front of a company which is $100 million company, my value of my program will be different. It's the same learning.
So a
If-
person's got to do some homework and investigation
Yes.
prior to talking to anyone,
Yeah, we call it asking intelligent questions.
but not of the person itself.
Not to the person himself, yeah.
Yeah.
But you must know, like when you stand in front of the holistic groups and you know that the average income there is $35,000 to $55,000, and if I help somebody to double their business from $35,000 to $70,000 is only $35,000. That's right. But if I'm competent to double anybody business by just switching their presentation, and these people are selling right now $2 million, this would be another $2 million. So can I put $2 million as on doubling, and they stand in front of holistic people? No. Can I put 35,000 and they stand of the 2 million people? Will they care? No, because do you understand what's the value?
I didn't understand the last thing you
So
said.
if I'm standing here
Yeah,
in front of somebody who's selling $2 million transformation business,
right,
and here somebody's selling 35 to 55 to 50,
yeah.
and I promise both to double their business.
Mm-hmm.
The value for these people will be $35,000 to $50,000. The value for these people will be what? 2 million.
Right.
So which value I use in my presentation?
For your holistic earth, the first one.
The first one.
Right, right,
This one for the business people.
right.
Are the learning much different?
No.
Are the manuals much different?
No.
Okay. And this is a good exercise for you to think about. So if you want to sell your transformation program, are you willing to sell it to the wealthy farmers in the neighborhood you are? Or are you willing to sell it to your holistic earth? Are you going to the Saturday, Tuesday market, whatever farmer market is? It stands there with a booth and they give 20 minutes presentation? Or are you going to, I don't want any of my good friends be upset, but are you going to different groups and offering it to them? Which one will be in front of the proper audience? For you guys, you may want to decide that you want to go to a farmer market event or somewhere, and you want to say, you know what, I will do 2 presentations, 20 minutes each. I will hold a booth over there, and everybody's coming. I will give them a flyer saying, come at noon, come at noon, come at noon, come at noon. I have a 20-minute presentation. You give the presentation, you get them to sign up, and the other people will be at 4 o'clock, and that's it. You have the farmers, visitors, the people who are coming to the farmer market to buy. Usually they buy expensive things because you have the same sherry in the store next door, organic, for $8 a pound. In the farmer is $20, $15 to $20 a pound. But people have cause. They say, yeah, we pay the money for a kid to get more education, for a girl to have music class because I'm paying the actual workers. And instead of making a CEO of a big company like Safeway or Co-op getting more bonus to go to Hawaii. So if you have this kind of luxury in your offers, you should take advantage of it. Okay?
What do you mean luxury?
If you have the luxury on offering people, like my business is not for, I love to be my business for people. My business is not for people. My business is for individuals who wants to build business as part of it speaking. But if you have the luxury of offering people transformational life, you may want to elect to go to the market, the Tuesday market, the farmer market, these particular events, because everybody's coming there. They will observe more value because they are more worth than going to the other events we go to.
I see.
And this is when people come and ask me like, Why do you go to this event? Because my customers is actually the speakers. My customers are not the audience. So I go to so many events because I'm after the speakers. I am not after the audience. So you must have an offer. Then what you should articulate after the title of the offer? Remember the benefit sheets we had before? Remember in the product sheet we had benefits? That's right. So you should be able to articulate the benefits of your offer. Do you have the benefit sheet? I don't have the product sheet with me. Do you have the product sheet?
Yeah, I got it.
Do you have the product sheet with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. So do you remember this one?
Yes, yeah.
So what you say is the benefit related to the workshop. So what are the class of benefits? What are the categories of the benefits? They are the same. They are money-wise. They are time. They are relation. And process over information. Okay? So you should list the benefits of your program. So in this particular day, when you come to this workshop or when you come to this clarity session, what is the benefit for the clarity session? That's why I had to make a decision, because I want to maximize the value. Everybody around the table is ready for this material. But I want to test on somebody not ready for this material how much they can capture. So you came as a test, that's it. Because when you design your product offer based on the benefits, here is where you talk about it. So this product sheet, you must have it one per tick, you must know the different benefits. So what the benefits? So the benefits of coming to your talk is knowing what? Knowing the challenges from joining a transformation program. I will join your 1 hour clarity call. What's the benefit of your clarity calls?
So
They must be different benefits than the benefit before.
right, of course.
That's right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us what are the benefits of your clarity call?
Clarity.
Yeah, because you talk about 1 hour clarity call. So the biggest benefit is you will have a personalized strategy. Whenever you have enrollment model where you have a clarity call, you must articulate you will have a customized or personalized or tailored upon your need. Any of these power words, which we almost promised 3,000 power words, but I cannot find the sheets for them anyway. But this is the kind of information need to come from you as a benefits. So, because now we are doing one clarity. If they are coming to a workshop, what will be the benefit of the workshop? That you will experience. That's right. The workshop they will experience. If they buy an online program, because I believe the third criteria here is to buy an online program. So if you buy an online program, you will learn tools ready to be applied. So you can apply it right away. The language is the same. It doesn't matter. So when somebody giving you an offer on the stage and they don't articulate the benefit, we know immediately what. Because everybody is mirroring their own language. So how often you go in front of people and they tell you what's the benefit of their next offer? What they will walk out from the next offer? Not many. Only those who can sell. That's it. So what is the benefits of your next program? You should be able to articulate them in 11.2. So the benefits of the next program or the next step. Okay? You cannot talk about how many, Claude, sorry, how many, I forgot, how many workshops you have? 7 steps? 12. You cannot articulate as the next step the 12. It will create a stronger barrier for you to jump. with this model. So you may want to get 1 or 2 of the 12 and make it as introductory level, and people will be invited to join the introductory level. When they come into the first one, we will sell them the next ones.
So
Or
the
we-
first one for me is the basic product they require to attend any of the following workshops. Any of the following workshops are a choice. It's
So-
like I want this one instead of that one.
We don't. So in this case, you only sell the basic,
The workshop.
the basic workshop.
Yeah.
Anything after the basic, you should be talking about it when inside the workshop,
Yes.
not before the workshop.
Inside of it.
Yeah. So when you deliver your material inside the workshop, we can talk and I can show you how you can bring part of the other materials, part of the alternative materials, because it will get confusion. Okay. So you shouldn't give them a window to the next. Anybody has intelligence will understand that $0 or $1.97 doesn't make our living. That's right. We need more than that. So anybody has intelligence will understand this is a step for the next level. But if we give them the next levels, we give them more information, we'll create confusion. If we give them depths of knowledge of what they will get next, what will happen? It's too much. I cannot take it. If I come to any one of you, I say, my whole program is $10,000. Will you buy it? Less number of people will buy it. But when I come and say, my whole program is $500, $600, $1,000 a month, will you afford it? So people afford $500, $700, $1,000 a month. They afford that. That's right. But if I say it's a $24,000 program for 2 years, will you afford? Will you be interested? What you will say? Or it takes me more effort to convince you with $24,000 program. So when we elect to sell the program on a sessions or subscription models, because we want to work out, and there is a better justification for me because I want to keep motivated and I want you to be motivated. If you pay me the money, you will not show up. There are actually more seats here for people who pay money upfront and they didn't come because they had their own problems. They went to Ireland, they went to Montreal, they went to so different places. So they pay the money, they are not committed to come on time because they paid for the whole year. So when somebody paying for the whole year, what our statistics showed is they don't come. They learn a few things and then they implement it and then their personal life will go. So you can decide which one is the next offer. You have to articulate the benefits. Then after the benefits, what you should talk about is,
Vail, can I ask a question?
yes,
So, when I'm doing my complimentary sessions, which are free, and I get somebody who is interested in asking about my packages and I'm sending the packages, but it really, it just gives, a member sessions and bonuses, but doesn't really give the benefits. So I should add the benefits.
you
in
must
it.
have the benefits. You must have the
Yeah.
benefits.
And
So
that doesn't become too much information.
No.
It just
No. no, I must know what's in it for me, what I will learn.
Yeah.
Now,
so
if somebody come and ask you what's your packages, you ask them 2 qualification question why they need to know and are they ready. Okay, because some people will come to confirm their objections by asking for packages, but you must have a packaging list. That's right. You must have your offer must come, but the packages are here. It may be here, or maybe some other places. That's right.
well, I think because I have sessions and I have workshops, so if when I'm working with somebody, when they are somewhere in New York, then I shouldn't talk about the workshops because they're probably not going to come to the workshop. Then it's the package, then it's the sessions. But when I have somebody in private,
But you may be surprised that somebody can fly for your workshop from over.
yeah, I know I have people flying in from all over too. So,
So
but you said I have to offer either one or the other.
you have to offer one. You have to offer one. You always need to offer one. If somebody asks you for more, you qualify them why they need them more, and you have to be ready having the price list. you must have a price list for all of your offers. But at any single moment, people come to ask you for what? For one thing.
But what do I do then? Because I like them to come to the workshop.
You give them the information for the workshop. Yeah.
And if that's not possible, then you talk about sessions
Then you talk about sessions, yeah.
as a second choice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay? So after the benefit, you say what you will get, or what you will access, or what you will receive. And you talk here about what? Features. And each feature must have a value, that's right? So in section 11.3, you should be able to articulate 3 to 5 features. Okay? So which example you want to use? You want to use the clarity session?
Sure.
So what is the feature in the clarity session? What will I get from you tangible when I be on the clarity sessions? First one, I will get 1.5 hours of you.
Oh.
How long is it?
Tangible.
Ha-
Talking tangible.
How long is it? Half an hour, 1.5 hour?
1 hour to 75 minutes.
1.5 hours. Okay, I guessed right. Okay, I guessed right. What's the value of your 1.5 hours?
Okay, are we talking tangible then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What is the value of your 1.5 hours?
So 250.
250. Okay. So when it's 250, you make $500,000 a year. Because Mike will tell you, and your work hours are 2,040 hours per year work hours. That's right, sir? So roughly 2,000. So if you make $50 an hour, you make $100,000 a year, a little bit more than $100,000 a year. If you make 180, roughly 180 here, your salary, it should be around $360,000 a year. So do you make $360,000 a year?
Yeah.
You can justify this in a way, but this is why you need to consider this hour. But I will work with your value. I will not change it. Okay. What other tangible you will get in 1 hour or 1.5 hour clarity session or discovery?
Do you have a workbook? Do you have a download?
No, I don't.
You will
I don't
get
do that.
a personalized
Oh, right, a personalized strategy.
strategy. I will use the word
Whatever
plan.
the word.
Okay. I was planning to use plan. Okay. So
Plan, okay.
whatever strategy plan.
Strategy is not a word that I
No, you can use it as well. It doesn't matter. Just what is the value of this strategy plan?
I actually do 2 sessions. So the clarity call, if they qualify, it actually goes to another call.
We don't want to talk about
Does
the
it
second.
matter?
No, we want to talk about the one call.
We only talk about the one call.
Yeah. So what is the strategy session? How much is the strategy session will cost? What will be in the so if the strategy session is based on a design of 5 days of work and the questionnaires are well designed, I can give it a label of $1,000 easily.
Okay.
That's right. Its values at $1,000. I can justify it. What else they will get? And I'm picking up the clarity call because each one of us can do the strategy sessions, right? That's why I'm picking the clarity call. And that's why I agree for you for 250 because between me and Mike, most likely will charge between $150 to $200 an hour as a consultant. That's right, Mike?
It's actually it's actually not 1.5 hours. I bumped that up.
It doesn't matter. Just like these are samples.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah, good.
I want to just make the sample from the specific to you that this is actually of anybody interest. Like Mariana is the same doing like 1 hour,
Okay.
which end up being 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And you remember you can use up to, and then you talk about the 1.5 hours, up to 2 hours.
Okay. Okay.
You know.
So Mike, is that session is a complimentary? Is a free session, the first
Yes.
one?
Yes.
Okay.
So, what is the other things you will get? What's the other tangible you can get?
I'm having a hard time thinking about tangibles because it's all about clarity. It's all about things that are.
They don't
you know,
pay for the clarity.
Right.
I wouldn't pay you for the clarity.
Okay.
I will not pay you for the hug, but I will pay you for.
What?
I will not pay you for the hug, but I will pay you for the meal. I will pay you for the dinner, not for the hug.
Right.
I will not pay you for the love. I will pay you for the meal. I will not pay you for the mom. I will pay you for hosting us as a mom. I will pay you for the gift. You have to think in these terms. People will not pay you for the non-tangible.
Okay.
So what else?
Help me out then, because I don't
What
know.
else you can provide to make it more attractive and does not cost you much?
I could give a gift. I could give
Like,
a journal or like a.
okay, so you can give them
that.
a journal, a complimentary journal.
Okay.
How much you sell the complimentary journal?
$10.
$10, okay? $10 or $20, whatever it is.
Yeah.
What else can you provide? Can you provide a checklist?
Right. Okay.
How much is the checklist can be?
I don't know.
You can give it a value of somewhere between $50 to $100.
Okay.
What else can you provide? It's function of your. You can provide
Follow-up call.
sorry,
Follow-up call.
not inside the feature. I can
Okay.
provide a report, an assessment
Assessment. Yeah.
report,
Okay.
which is will be. I can give it any value I would like, $100, $500.
Great.
Now, which one of those you will create? You can also provide them a free copy of your books. If you have free, you can provide them an ebook copy. You can provide them a meditation, if it's relevant, that's right. A guided meditation, if it's relevant, right?
Yeah.
Now, what you want to consider is some of these are basic and some of those can be extra. So I would come and say, you know what? Each one will come. You will have an assessment report. You will have a 1.5 hour one-on-one sessions via conference call or via phone. I will give you we will design a personalized strategy for you. You will walk away with all the value. Also, I will give you a sample of the journal, which is complimentary. And I'm also here to offer you extra. I will give you a checklist and the assessment report. You will have access to it all the time. This is a bonus. These are the extra. Who labels them bonus and the extra? You guys are the one who select to label them bonus or extra. But if you understand the buyer mentality, the buyers will be happier when they get more free tokens, right?
Yes.
Remember when we went over to our good friend, I believe I can call him my friend, and he gave us business card holders.
Yes.
That's right.
Right.
So will you go again to get another token from him? I will go.
Mhm.
That's right, because at the end of the meeting, you give each one a card holder. We give a few things all the time. You can give them online. You can give them by email, an ebook. You can give them your top 10 advices for whatever. You can create some basics and some. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does.
We did not talk about the pricing yet, that's right? So before we talk about the pricing, which we have to let you time to think about it during the break, we use question and answers.
To use question and answer to sort of.
Proactively, this is proactive.
But to determine the pricing?
No, this is proactive addressing objections.
So after we listed the feature package.
after the feature package. So we guys here, I'm here to offer you what we end up saying, 1 hour a clarity session. The benefit of the clarity session is you'll have clarity, you'll get new glasses, you'll have a money, relationship benefit, time benefits of it. So it will help being yourself, it will help you making more money, it will help you better relationship. And the features if you join, what you will get is 1 hour and a half from me, which is about $250. I'll give you you will walk away with a personalized strategy, which is usually take us a day, but I will focus it in 1 hour. So I will call it for $1,000. Do you agree? They will say yes. And I will give you a complimentary copy from my personalized journal, so you can follow on the on the life strategy plan without any help from anybody else. And this is a $10 or $100, whatever you want to name it. And whoever will join for today only, I will also throw in the checklist and an online assessment program. So basically, you will always be able to consider doing the assessment again and verify that you achieve your results. And before I will tell you, before I want to proceed, I want to share with you the question and the answers of our audience and my customers. The first question is, and I will stop after that, what exactly Claude will say. Doesn't work for everyone? Or will your program works for me? Remember you said this objection? And my customers, when they come with this question, after they leave that, they open their mind and they let themselves to practice, they achieved, and you articulate the benefits here. And then you need to, on the break, to come up with the other objections for people to buy. Okay? Does it make sense?
So right now we're going to be looking at all of the objections that might come up around
which is all what you said in the beginning, which all what Claude said. Yes. And running the objection as question and answers from similar audience or from similar customers or from similar groups like you guys will help you proactively addressing what these guys have in mind. And
so the Q&A is storage. You're not actually asking questions of the audience, right?
No, you ask and
providing the question and the answer.
And the answer.
Yeah.
And you can, in the level 3 and 4, we'll talk about them when we go at first, towards the end today. You say, do you agree? How many of you here has this question? They raise their hand. If somebody say, oh, I have a different question, say, okay, let's just wait till the end because I may come through your questions. If somebody comes at the very beginning and say, can I ask you a question? Say, okay, you know what? I have a question and the answer at the end. Let's just wait till, so the audience will not get defocused. This is how you keep the group intact, which we talk about these tips in level 3 and 4, level 4 and 5 of this presentation. Each one of you must have on their website a question and answers. If you don't have a question and answers on your website, you are not addressing. Okay? Can we break now so you can have a break and then we can?
How long?
Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.